Olivia, go ahead.
Namo fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
All right. How about you, Serena? You have anything to present?
No, I didn't have time. Sorry.
So what is your next topic?
Positive and negative, I think.
Karmic affinity?
Yeah, karmic affinity.
Yeah, hopefully you can have something on the Tuesday. Yeah?
I can try. I'm a bit busy this week.
Okay, that's okay. Hey, what are you working on, guys?
I finished it.
Oh, you did? You want to show it?
Sure.
Oh, good. That I like. Okay, go ahead. I'll give you the course.
Can you give my other one co-host, because that's the computer that I have to share on.
Remember, I give you that already.
Oh, okay.
So just remember, when take this opportunity, when you have a chance to do the research, do it thoroughly so you can understand it. This is a very good opportunity for you. You want to learn, you want to understand it. Okay, wow. Introduce yourself. Okay.
And my slideshow is about karmic affinities.
Your name, and your rate.
Pham, and I'm going to 7th grade.
Okay.
What is a karmic affinity? A karmic affinity is a connection you have with someone. It could be good or bad depending on your interaction with them in your past life. If it was good, you can assume that in the past you got along with them greatly. While on the other hand, if it was bad, you probably didn't get along with them very well. For example, you walked up to someone and asked how their day was. They ignored you and walked away. So in this life, you seem to dislike this person even though they haven't done anything to you yet. What is a positive karmic affinity? A positive karmic affinity is just a good connection. If you have a positive karmic affinity, then you'll naturally see the other. They could be totally wrong, and you'll just agree with them. You could have a different opinion, and you would keep agreeing with them. For example, in the past, you could have been homeless, and this person decided to give you a lot of money. With that money, you were able to get some shelter and a job. So in the present, you always listen to them, and to them no matter what, and you always like talking to them. What is a negative karmic affinity? A negative karmic affinity is exactly the opposite of a positive one. You'll simply dislike them even when they're a truly nice person. They could offer to help you, and you would just decline their offer. Just say that in the past you were bullied. Your bully is now your classmate, but you guys don't get along and you seem to not like them. You would get put in a group project with them, and you would complain even though they're genuinely a very nice, very friendly person. What is loving kindness? Loving kindness is also known as metta, the traditional Buddhist concept. Loving kindness is about opening ourselves up to others with compassion. You could show empathy to others and help them through their problems. Empathy is when you put yourself in others' shoes and understand them. We also have to understand how to practice a loving kindness meditation. We have to get rid of the us versus them mindset and think of equality. We could also practice saying statements like, may I be happy, saying things like, may my parents be happy, will also be beneficial. What is compassion? In the Buddhist teachings, compassion is often referred to as the heart that trembles in the face of suffering. Compassion includes kindness, empathy, generosity, and acceptance. You see that loving kindness is very similar to compassion, but there's actually a big difference. Loving kindness is seeking happiness and having the motivation of happiness. Compassion is more of the motivation to reduce and lessen suffering. Here's my quiz. What is the difference between loving kindness and compassion? A, loving kindness is motivation to reduce suffering and compassion is the motivation for happiness. B, loving kindness is motivation for happiness and compassion is the motivation to reduce suffering. C, neither are correct. They mean the same thing.
You too. You can put into the chat. ABC.
B is correct. Number 2, when you have a positive karmic affinity with someone, what happens? You naturally take a liking to them. You dislike them without getting to know them. C, both are wrong. Yeah, it's A. What happens when you have a negative karmic affinity with someone? A, you naturally take a liking to them. B, you dislike them without getting to know them. C, both are wrong. The answer is B. Which of the following is part of compassion? A, empathy. B, generosity. C, both A and B. C is correct. And that's it.
You don't have an example for me on each one of them, the positive one, the negative one, and the loving kindness and compassion? See?
I have the example for the positive karmic affinity and the negative karmic affinity.
Yeah, can you show me the example and can you read it? Is it the movie or is it the
No, I don't have I couldn't find an example for that.
Oh, actually it's a lot. It's a lot of them again. Okay. Sabina, do you know anything about this? Any example?
Examples of karmic affinities?
Yeah, the positive one. Or a negative one.
Not really for sure.
Not on the web, this is happening. Okay. Let me see. Good. Good. Let me give you an example. So there were in there one of the video when the Buddha is still in the world, right? And the Buddha asked Ananda, right? Go to get some water. It's about 1 mile away. He had to walk about 1 mile to get the water from one of the village. He did. When he went to the village, there was a woman who had the well, right? Because she owned the well, I guess. And he very gentle, very politely, and came to ask her, "May I have some water?" And you know what? The old woman looked at him, and you know what? He put him away. He said, "No, I don't give you any water." Okay. Then you know what? He had to go home with empty hand. 1 mile walk. Okay, so the Buddha asked another disciple, that means Kassapa, another regular disciple of the Buddha. And Kassapa went, no, I think it's Sariputta, Sariputta. Went and get the water, and he did. He went there, and when he approached, and the woman saw him, saw Venerable Sariputta, and with our he didn't even ask for the water yet. You know what? The woman said that, "You want some water? I can give to you." And she did, and she gave him the water. And you know what? And she said that, "You wait for me here. I go home and I will pack some food for you." And you know what? She went home and she prepared the lunch for Sariputta and give to him. So when he came back, and all the monks see the difference in both Ananda and Sariputta, and they're wondering, they're asking what the difference? Why the woman treat Ananda different from Sariputta? And the Buddha said that in the past, this is due to the negative karmic affinity and the positive karmic affinity. In the past, there was the dead mouse, right? The dead mouse, the mouse is dead on the road, right? For a couple of days. There was a businessman. He in Russia. He want to go to he on the business trip, right? And but when he come to that, he have to go to the road in order to go to continue on his business trip. And you know what? He smell the dead mouse, right? It very stink, and he cover his nose with the handkerchief. The handkerchief. He walk away. And the second one is the scholar, right? He on the way to the palace to do the government test for to become the scholar. And you know what? He went on the same road, and he saw the dead road. Instead of he cover the nose with the handkerchief, he did not do that. He saw the dead mouth, and he put some dust to cover the mouth. And before he did that, he used I think it's the leaf or the handkerchief to cover the dead mouth, and bury with he put the dirt on top of the dead mouth. And due to this, so the Buddha go back to the current the current life, right? The Buddha identified that the dead mouse is the old lady. The first one is Venerable Ananda, because he covered the nose with the handkerchief, because, and he walked away. But Sariputta is different. When he saw that, he used his time to take care of that means cover the dead mouth with the dust, right? So due to the action we have with the mouth, and you know what? Therefore, Sariputta have the positive karmic affinity. The Ananda have a negative karmic affinity. That's why in this life, when Ananda saw the old lady, he have a different treat. The old lady treat him differently than the Sariputta. Does it make sense so far? Hey? And
Yeah.
so in one story, you already see the negative and the positive. Serena, you understand so far?
Yeah.
So what it is so important? Why do we, okay, when we learn about the karmic affinity, what is so important to help us to understand? What is the benefit here to understand it? What are the benefits it will bring to us? Betty, what do you think?
Can you say that again?
Okay, when you learn about the karmic affinity, when you understand it, what kind of benefit will you get?
You
This teaching is very important. Serena, you want to help? So what do you think?
Positive and negative karmic affinities are important.
What kind of benefit when you understand this thing?
Benefits?
Yeah.
Maybe that in the future, whatever we do interacting with others, we know to be careful that some in the future after we die and we go to another life, that they will end up positively affecting us in our other life or negatively affecting us, so we can, and then knowing this, we can be careful with our actions.
That's good. Not only in the next life, maybe also happen for our current life as well, right? So, and also good that when we, so within the family, right? Do we always have a good relationship with each other all the time? What do you think?
Trust that again?
We always have a smooth relationship with our parent, with our sibling, with our husband and wife. What do you think? Always the case?
Should we have a smooth relationship with them?
Yeah. Do you think we always have everything is always good?
Everything is always good with our families?
Yeah. What do you think? Don't you think that it's always like that?
No, I feel like a lot of family relationships will have like a lot of trauma at times, and sometimes there could be like some issues that some people never resolved. Like, I know one between two of my family members. I mean, I think it's just basically one-sided at this point. One person, like when one person wants to try to amend relationships, the other one doesn't listen at times. That's been going on in my family at the moment. But it's never always going to be like smooth, I guess I should say. There's always going to be some patch that we're all going to have to deal with and know about and have to all go through because they're going to drag us in.
So when we, let's say that when we have a good, the good time together, it's good. But what about when we have a conflict? Then if you understand this, how do we deal with it? Olivia.
Yeah.
So when we have a bad time, difficult time in our family or with whoever, right? The conflict, how do we deal with it? That we don't want to create a bad, the negative affinity with them in the future.
You listen to them.
Right? Sometimes they're very abused, right?
Yeah.
So the whole idea we learn about this thing is later on in the future, because you are on your own, you have your own family, and you have to take care of your family, and you will have all your responsibility is very high, and you have to deal with all kinds of situations, right? But when you in the negative, when you encounter the conflict, usually we react, right? Is that a good thing to react to the negative, to the conflict, to the negative situation? Okay.
You say that again?
Let's say that when we in the family, when we have a problem with whoever, husband with the wife or sibling or whatever, or parent, children, usually we react, right? Is that a good thing to react?
It depends on your reaction. Because if it's like, if you react to it by like violence, then that's bad. But if you react to it like you are trying to talk it out, that is better.
But usually when we react, we trigger our emotion. Is that a good thing to react?
No.
No, doesn't matter what kind of reaction is. It's always a negative. Okay? Instead of react, what we do is Serena. So instead of react, then what we should do?
Instead of reacting,
Yeah.
probably just stay out of it, avoiding it, and like whenever like you see the conflict of them both being together again, try like your best not to mention anything, just avoiding it, because you just getting involved is just gonna make it worse. Because either way, they're gonna be bothering you. Like, whose side are you on? They're gonna bombard you and drag you into this, and it's also gonna affect you. You should just mainly stay out of it, and whenever it's about to start, like you see they might try to argue or try to start it up again, try to like drag the attention away from that. Try bringing the attention away from the conflict that they're trying to bring back up, because that's just them. They need to try to find ways to fix it themselves, because you can't help them at this point. Because if you go in, you shouldn't like try to like, I guess, involve yourself. It won't end well.
So next time I will give you guys the model how to counter the conflict in the peaceful way, because it is important. When we react, we would then most of the time it will trigger our emotion. When it triggers our emotion, that means we cannot think clearly. And when we do with the emotion, usually we will damage the relationship. Instead of react, we should act. Yeah, this is important. We should act. So next time I will give you guys instead of I give you guys, I will add into one of the research topics, so you can do it, and I will explain to you how to deal with the situation. You will not learn this thing anywhere else. Okay? This is important. I want you guys to learn it in the Buddhist way, and that helps you to become the virtue. Okay, and that's important. And that is the core teaching of the Buddhist. The Buddha teaching is the love and kindness and compassion. The love and kindness and compassion is where you deal with when the conflict. For the negative affinity, you use love and kindness and compassion. The love and kindness, that means you bring happiness to other, to the patient. When you're in the conflict situation, patience is the most important part. Without patience, you cannot do anything. You make things even worse. And I will teach you the model. And this model is a beautiful model. Compassion is meant that when you see someone suffering, you can feel the suffering of other, and you want to find the way to help them to lessen the suffering, or even help them to get out of the suffering. That's important. Yeah. We run out of time. All right, let me give you guys the topic. So tell me what you want. Move. What happened? All right, Serena. No, not Serena. Olivia, you want to pick the next one? The Four Noble Truth, okay? Eightfold Path you just did. The Law of Karmic Affinity. This is a very good topic if you understand it. It's really good. The Buddhist Theravada. This is the Theravada tradition. In Buddhism, we have two main traditions, Theravada and the Mahayana. And you learn about this thing. Mahayana. We'll add more topic to it. So, Olivia, which one you want?
I'll do Karmic Affinity.
You want to take a picture?
No, it's okay.
Make sure you give me the story with example.
Yeah.
Example my story, each one of it. Okay? Hey, what about you, guys?
Can I have the full Eightfold Path?
Yeah, make sure give me each one of this. Give me at least one example.
Okay. Can I take a picture?
Sure. Serena, hopefully on Thursday you can have something, right? Or next Tuesday is okay. If you to be.
I'm gonna be busy. I don't know the next time I can make it on Tuesday or Thursday.
Tuesday you cannot be able to do it.
I'm not sure. I might be busy because I'm busy trying to clean up and then pack for next week because I'm gonna be gone next week. And then after that, I have band camp 2 weeks later, and then I start school soon after. So I'm gonna be pretty busy.
So, but at least you can attend to learn from this great presentation, right?
I can try.
Yeah.
If I can't make it, then I'm sorry. I'm gonna be very busy.
All right, that's good. Oliva, you said a Karmic Affinity, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Karmic Affinity.
All right. You were going to do the info class, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right. Okay, let's before we start, we will go ahead, Ati.
May every living shines as one and radiant with light. Share the fruits of peace with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts combine in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion and wisdom and to joy. May kindness from reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Thank you. Arian and Sophie, I see they will maybe they're on a vacation for the whole week, so maybe they come back on Tuesday. That's good. Okay, Olivia and T and Serena. So far, what are your feedback on this learning, Olivia?
It's good.
Very good. What when you say good, what does it mean?
Because I learned more about Buddhism.
Mm. You have a chance to do the research by your own, and this is how you'll be able to learn it, right? What about you, T?
I understand Buddhism better, and it also helps me boost my skill to research.
That's right. I want both. I want you to enhance your skill in presentation as well as the public speaking, as well as the knowledge about Buddhism. You not even though you only do one research, but you benefit by listening to other people's presentation on a different topic. That even better, right? That means you learn multiple topics at the same time. That is beautiful, right there. Okay, all right. Thank you, everyone. More you forget. Thank you.
Beautiful thing.
Okay, okay.
No more.